हेलो ऑल। स्वागत करता हूं सबका आप सबके यूट्यूब चैनल स्टार्टअप टैक्टिक्स में। मैं हूं CS विक्रम ग्रोवर। वेलकम यू ऑल टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल स्टार्टअप टैक्टिक्स। तो आज का जो यूट्यूब वीडियो है हमारा रिलेटिंग टू सिग्निफिकेंट बेनिफिशियल ऑनर। बहुत टाइम से चर्चा में है सिग्निफिकेंट बेनिफिशियल ऑनर। बहुत सारी एम्बिग्यूटी के साथ आया था जब इसको इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया था। तो आज का टॉपिक हमारा सिग्निफिकेंट बेनिफिशियल ऑनर पे ही रहेगा। तो मैं हूं CS विक्रम ग्रोवर, practicing company secretary and corporate consultant. I am having the firm with the name of Vikram Grover and Company. तो ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लेते, तो आइए शुरू करते हैं. We will move further. Now we will see the Ben-1 form. As per the section 90 subsection 1, read with the rule 2A and rule 3. The significant beneficial owner have to give the declaration in Ben-1. So I will let you know means how to fill this form and what are the criteria we have to fill in this form and the details we have to enter. So let's discuss. In the starting we see that it is a physical form which is which was introduced in the rules, and you can download it from there. The form is there. Okay, from starting to name of the company, the individual have to give the information to the company that I am the significant beneficiary in your company. Okay, the reporting company name will come here, and the registered office address, the registered office address of that reporting company will be here. We have to choose the option from here. Purpose of the filing of the form, we have to choose one option from here for the declaration of significant beneficial ownership under section 90 or for change in significant beneficial owner under section 90. Currently we have to choose this option only because there is a we are filing at the first time, so we have to choose this option for declaration of the significant beneficial under section 90. Okay, and what is the now come to the second point, particulars of the holders of the significant beneficial interest. Means here we have to mention details of the name of the significant beneficial owner. Suppose Vikram Grover is holding the share, then his name will come here as a significant beneficial owner. Okay. Here you have to mention the address and email ID of that significant beneficial owner. Okay, and date of birth and age of that significant beneficial owner, his father name or her father name, mother name, spouse name. Okay, and the occupation, business, self-employed, service, whatever the occupation, we have to mention here. Nationality, we have to mention here. A passport number, if there is a foreign national, then we have to mention the means that person need to mention the passport number over there. Okay, now move to the next point. Nature of the indirect holding or the exercise of the right of the reporting company from members of the reporting company, where more than one repeat this para of the form. Means we have to mention the details key details like type of the member. Means if there is a company, we have to mention the company. If it is LP, we have to mention the LP. If it's HUF, we have to mention HUF, and etc etc, whatever is applicable to that company. Okay, then SIN number, if there is a company. LLP, we have to LLN. Then according to the same, we have to mention their registration numbers over there. Name of the member. Here, name of the member, there are three-person involved always. One is reporting company, one is member company or whatever the situation is, and third is individual person. So we have to mention the name of the company. Suppose there is a company who is member, okay, more holding more than 10% in a reporting company, we have to mention the name of the member there. Address of that member company, city, town, state, address, pin code, all the detail we have to mention here. Nature of the indirect holding or the exercise of the right of the reporting company. Okay, as was there in the rule that there are four conditions over there. Either he is holding majority share by virtue of share, means he holding like 51% in that members company, then select this option and mention the shareholding by the virtue of voting rights in a share, then click on that option and select the voting rights. Okay, the virtue of the share here only means the equity shares. And if we talk about the virtue of the voting rights in the share, here can be a equity share or can be a preference share when after 2 years, everybody know that if a dividend was not paid in 2 years, then then it will be they having the voting rights. Okay, then third option is by virtue of the right or distribute dividend or any other distribution. Here right on the distribution dividend if there in the like that, then in that case we have to choose this option. It can be a different case than when distribute dividend rights come, and by the virtue of exercise of the control or by the virtue of the exercise of the significant influence. When this option we have to select like exercise of control or there is an exercise of significant influence, then we have to attach the agreements copy with this form or with the Ben-1 also. When the significant beneficial owner have to choose the fourth option by virtue of exercise of control, by the virtue of the exercise of the significant influence in the option 5, then this might be a serious constraint, as it may not necessary that the companies might have a place in place of written or executed agreement when we know that companies not executing any agreement. So there is a question over there that however at the present the mode of the mapping of the control of significant influence has only been done through the agreement to be attached in the form, so we have to attach the form if we have to choose this option. Okay, and then the next point F, status of the significant beneficial owner in the member of the reporting company. We have to choose what is the status. If he is an individual, then we have to click partner, karta, trustee, beneficiary in case of specific trust, author or settler or general partner or CEO. In different case, we have to choose according to it. Suppose we have an individual, then we have to select that option. In case of the member is a partnership firm or LLP, then if it's a partnership, then we have to select the option according to the same. In case of the member is a company, if member is a company, then we have to, or a body corporate, we have to specify whether the significant beneficial owner holds majority stake in such company or a body corporate, or majority stake in the ultimate holding company or such holding company or body corporate. So we have to select that option. Okay, whether significant beneficiary has any direct holding or the right of reporting company. If he is having the direct holding, then we have to mention here. Suppose as the rule said, having the holding directly with the indirect holding. Indirect holding if qualified, then if there is a direct holding also there, we have to mention here. If yes, then click on the yes and mention by the virtue of share, by virtue of voting right in the share, or by virtue of distributed, whatever the option over there or at the top. Here the same also apply in the direct holding also. Okay, you have to mention the date, place, and signing dates and attachments like agreements if there, and then the option of here as we discussed the agreement you have to attach in virtue of the exercise of control of significant influence. Okay, now we will move to the form. Okay, I will let you know how to file this form, what need to be mentioned over there in the form. Okay, all I will let you know. Okay, the Ben-2 form is this. Okay, as we read that pursuant to the section 90 subsection 4 of Companies Act 2013, read with the rule 4 and rule 8 of Companies Significant Beneficial Owner Rules 2018, we have to give the return to the registrar in respect of declaration under rule 90. Okay, we have to mention the SIN number of the reporting company, then we click on prefill as I have not entered a SIM, so it's showing the an error. Okay, then as it goes down, okay, it will be auto prefill email ID, okay, in the name of the company. On the third radio button, third option, purpose of the filing of the form, हम form क्यों भर रहे हैं, whatever the details we get in the Ben-1, all the detail we have to mention here. Okay, there was an exemption also was there. Okay, in regard to the exemption also there in regard to the ultimate in regard to the holding reporting company. Then we have to select the option according to the same. Okay, if we select the first option, if we have to mention first option for the declaration of holding reporting company, then we have to mention the sin of the holding reporting company over there, then we have to file this form. Okay, and the declaration of the holding reporting company according to the rule 8 of the SBO rules, which states that the rules are not applicable to the extent to the shares of the reporting company held by the holding reporting company. Is the exemption. So we assume that the significant beneficiary of the holding company is also the significant beneficial owner of the subsidiary company or the share held by the holding company. Okay. So in the first radio button, we require the company to report a detail of such holding company, which shall be mapped through the SIN of such company. Okay. In the most of the cases, we have to choose option 2. You have to deselect the option. You cannot select two options. You have to select one option only. Okay. Then we have to mention how much number of significant ownerships are there. Okay. If one is there, we have to mention one. If two is there, we have to mention the two. Okay. Significant beneficial number of the member through whom the indirect holdings or the right in reporting company is to be exercised. Actually, we don't have to mention over there any ID, significant beneficial ID, because it will be after, if after this form, if we want to file the Ben-2 in case of the change in the significant beneficial ownership, then in that case we have to mention it, uh, will be taken automatically. Okay. Now the details of the member. Manner in which significant beneficial interest is being held or exercised either indirectly or together with the direct holding or right. Whatever is mentioned in the Ben-1, we have to file according to the same by the virtue of direct share. Okay, we have to mention here the percentage of the holding of the indirect holding. Okay, we have to select the type of the member, like if there it is a company, member company is the company, then we have to select the company. We have to mention the SIN number there and prefill. All the detail will be prefilled about the company. Then the email ID of the member, means of the company, we have to mention here. Date of the entry in the name of registered under section 88. It means a reporting company is there, member company is there, मीन्स रिपोर्टिंग कंपनी के रजिस्टर में मेंबर कंपनी का कब रजिस्टर ऑफ मेंबर में एंट्री कब की गई उसकी डिटेल्स, द डेट ऑफ द एंट्री ऑफ द रजिस्टर वी हैव टू मेंशन इट, एंड द स्टेटस ऑफ द एसबीओ we have to, if it is an individual, then we have to mention individual. Okay. Then whether the SBO has majority stake in the company. Okay, we have to select there are two options. We have to select like members of the reporting company or ultimate holding companies of the member company, whatever the option we the um, significant beneficial owner choose in Ben-1 form, we have to fill according to the same. Okay, we have to mention the SIN number when we choose this option. Otherwise, this if we choose this option will be blocked. It will not show. Okay. Then particulars of the significant beneficial owner ID. ID will be denoted when we filing the subsequently form, but it is the first filing, so we don't need to mention all the detail. Uh, this detail only. After that, we have to mention this detail: first name, middle name, and last name of the individual who is a significant beneficial owner, his father name. Even married women must give fathers names. अगर कोई मैरिड वुमेन भी है तो ऐसा नहीं है हस्बैंड का नाम देगी, वो भी अपना फादर का नाम देगी, विच इज मेंशन ऑन द पैन कार्ड. Okay, and a date of birth, nationality, Indian or foreign, whatever. Whether it's a citizen of India, if yes, then yes, otherwise no. Okay, income tax PAN number, and then click on the verify button. It will be verified. Passport number in case of the foreign citizen. Otherwise, Indian citizen can also put the passport number, and address details we have to mention here. Okay, email ID of the significant beneficial or person email ID, and date of acquiring the significant beneficial interest. When that significant beneficial owner acquired the interest, we have to mention the date in dates column. Okay, date of the declaration under the subsection 1 of section 90. SBO sorry, Ben-1 form की declaration कब आई, we have to mention here the date. Okay, actually I have not mentioned any details, it is showing the error. Okay, when the significant beneficiary has a direct holding or the right in reporting company, we have to mention here. Okay, if he has a holding, the having the direct holding, then we have to mention that detail. As we uh, see, as we saw in a Ben-1 form, that here he has select the option, the if he is selecting the option yes and mentioning the detail, the same detail we have to mention here. Okay, and attachment, we have to attach attachment like declaration in the section 90, which is compulsory. Declaration when one we have to attach here. Agreement in needed in case of only when copy of agreement is there, when there is exercise of the control or exercise of the significant influence is there. Okay, and further, you know, where declaration filing director, if it's signing by director, CEO, CFO, whatever, there's the details we have to mention here. Okay, so uh, we have to file Ben-2 according to this. All the information which are there in Ben-1, the same information we have to provide in Ben-2, and we have to file it to the ROC. Now we have to see what are the consequences of non-filing of the Ben-2. अगर कंपनी Ben-2 फाइल नहीं करती है तो उसके consequences क्या होंगे? What are the consequences of non-filing of Ben-2? Let's discuss. As we know that under section 90, it was defined under subsection 11 of the section 90 that provide that key panel provisions are there. If you do not file the form, if you do not comply with the provision of this act, okay, then the failure of the part of the company and every officer who is in default in complying with the provision of subsection 4 of section 90 and filing the above returns which we are discussing right now, and the changes therein, if there is any change in significant variation, then there is a fine on the company that every officer who is in default can the fine can be levied on 10 lakhs to 50 lakh rupees. Okay, and on the continuing default up to rupee 1000 for every day after the first day of the failure. Okay, so these are the consequences of non-filing of the form. If you do not file the form, then such consequences are there. So better to do the compliance, better to take the help of the professionals to file your forms. Okay, that is all about the Ben-2, Ben-1, significant beneficial owner. Actually, I have covered the topics of the Ben-2, Ben-1 is relating to the only to the form filing. Okay, we will later discuss in the next video all about the significant beneficial owner with the crux and with the each and every thing with the from starting to end. Just to file this form, I have just give the brief description like what is beneficial owner, according to which rules and amendments we have to file this form. So I hope I have cleared all your doubts relating to how you file the beneficial owner form Ben-2. Okay, if there is any still any doubt, if there you have any still any query, you can ask on my email ID, which is startuptactic@gmail.com. You can call on my mobile number, which is 96500568116, or you can WhatsApp me on over the number. You have any query, I will try to resolve it as soon as possible. Okay, you can comments on this video, like this video, subscribe this video. फ्यूचर में कुछ भी अपडेट्स लेना चाहते हैं आप तो प्लीज़ मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए, बेल आइकन को दबाइए लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स पाने के लिए. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो. इफ यू हैव any still any doubts, you can comment in the comments option below the video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a nice day.